So good morning, everybody. We're coming to you live online from Congregation Brith Shalom, where we meet every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. And we're here now 8 years every Sunday morning. It is really a true honor and a privilege to be here and to learn together for so many years. So I read an article this week that was actually very, very, very interesting. And the article was talking about how the prince and the duchess don't hold hands in public. And I thought that was profound. I think it's profound that they understand the sensitivity of royalty. They understand how delicate honor is. And honor is something that we don't find a lot in our culture today. Dignity is not something we find a lot in our culture. It's really surprising to me that we're in a situation. I mean, it's not surprising to me that we're in a situation the way we are with all of that's going on in Hollywood. Because when everything is out there, there's no dignity. Right? A president. Did anyone ever see a picture of the Queen of England eating ice cream? No. Did anyone see a photo of the Queen of England eating anything? No. Why not? Because there's a certain dignity. There's a certain dignity that comes with the office, it comes with the position, it comes with a human being. A human being, the Talmud says that ha'ochel bashuk domeh lakelev, one who eats in the marketplace is compared to a dog. Why? A dog doesn't have dignity. A dog, you can have a black tie affair at your home with all these people dressed in their finest attire, and you want to keep your dog quiet, so you give it a bone, right? And it starts biting and chewing. He doesn't care that it's a fancy affair. He doesn't care. He's in his own world, and he'll chew on that bone, right, as much as he can, and it doesn't matter of the surrounding. Human beings shouldn't be like that. Human beings should have a self-worth, should have a dignity. We shouldn't. That's what the Talmud tells us, that if we walk in the street and eat, right, there's something missing. There's something in the sensitivity that's missing. Because we don't carry ourselves with the dignity, with the refinement, with understanding how great a human being is and what we're actually capable of. So, you walk in the mall and you see someone, eating their pizza like this, like there's no self-worth, there's no self-value. Right? It's sort of, I think the same goes, by the way, with modesty. There's a certain type of dignity that needs to be portrayed in the way we dress, in the way we clothe ourselves. It reflects who we are. So when I saw this article, I thought it was fantastic that the prince and the duchess don't hold hands in public. Their affection is nobody's business. Right? I think we've gone to a society, to a culture that's so poorly demonstrating our ability to be great, to be big, to be something which is, able to accomplish so much, a human being, the power that we have, and yet we put it down by being so small. So that was, to me, very encouraging. It really was. It was very encouraging to see that there is a little bit of a sense of what it means to be dignified. It says Kol Kvoda Bat Melech Pnima, the princess, right? The princess doesn't, run around the streets. The princess is inside the palace, right? Today we have this frame of mind that everything needs to be out there. We need to hang everything out there. There's a certain sense of dignity. Not everything needs to be out. We don't have to put everything out in the front lawn. There's a certain self-respect and a self-worth that's extremely important for us to understand, feel and project about ourselves, so that we can really live up to a higher standard than what we originally thought we were capable of. They did a study in Jerusalem, in the narrow streets of the old city of Jerusalem. The cars have barely enough room to pass by through the little walkways, and people are also walking there. So you can have 100 people walking there, and you have the cars going right through, right? So they did a study of what would be the difference if you had people dressed in different ways walking along with those cars. So if you had someone dressed like a priest or someone dressed like a rabbi versus someone just in their jeans and t-shirt, and people slowed it down when they saw that there was someone of dignity, when there was someone. I remember this. I remember when I was walking with my grandfather of blessed memory, in the streets of Brooklyn back when he'd come visit us. So we'd walk on the street, and if I was walking on the street, nobody would turn around, nobody would say a thing. But even non-Jews would stop, and they'd see someone with a stature, someone with a dignity. It's not because he was flocked with lots of people. It wasn't me, I was his grandson, I'm just walking with him. But people would stop, would see on his face, and people would even non-Jews would give a certain bow, a certain sense of respect, because they see a greatness in front of them. I think that this is something that our generation is poor in. We are poor people in the sense that we don't have a self-worth. And I think the more we give ourselves understanding in how much we're capable of, the more we'll believe in ourselves, the more we'll have self-confidence, the more we'll act the part of being the great human beings we can be. So with that, my friends, we're going to sign off online. We're going to continue with our class. You're welcome to join us here every Sunday morning at 11 o'clock at Congregation Brith Shalom here in Bellaire. Thank you for joining us online, and please don't forget to like and share these videos if you like them and want to share them. Thank you, and have a wonderful week, everybody. All the best.